Let's get ready to grumble! Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the Royal Grumble. I'm your host, Graeme, and sitting in the corner to my right, frustrated out of his mind, but we're here nonetheless. It's Dan.
Hi.
How you doing, buddy?
Better now it's work this time.
How you holding up?
I was a little frustrated. Could you tell when I was banging the desk?
Yeah, a little. Yeah, when you were physically assaulting the desk, it made me a little scared. Made Daryl horny, if anything. Daryl's here. Hello.
It's never happened before, mate.
No.
Honest.
Yeah?
Yeah, we've come a bit early this week, haven't we?
Yeah, we have actually. Yeah. We've come a little bit early. It's just so attractive, and it's been a while.
Yeah.
You know. Well, we're trying to strike while the iron's hot. If anything, that's good for them.
It is a bit hot.
Good for the receiver. Yeah,
it's a bit hot.
Yeah,
I tried to play a sound in the background then to accompany that, but there's a slight delay on the board.
Good. So you've got to think of these things before I say anything, and then you've got to hit them.
We've all got our shorts on, haven't we?
Yeah. Oh! Don't play that. Get rid of that right now.
I've not got headphones on.
He's got blinking record scratch, hasn't he? He's not said out. Speaking of beep, you're still over the swear jar.
Yeah, I do. I'm going to change stuff.
What sort of interest does it accrue?
Don't we all owe 50p to swear jars?
I know, but we paid.
I paid mine in last week.
Yep.
Me and you owe.
I paid last week, thank you very much.
No, but you swore on end of episode.
But, did I?
Yeah. Because you two agreed that what I said was swearing, so then me and Daryl agreed that what you said was swearing. So.
By the way, I found out that piss isn't swearing today.
What?
Yeah,
you said it again.
No, but it's not. I found it out it's not because...
But this isn't retroactive, so...
No, okay. I was watching daytime TV.
Okay.
And someone said piss at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so that means it's not swearing.
Okay.
I mean, what I said then...
Can we just pause the recording? Because I need to ask him a question, but it won't make the air.
Okay.
I mean, what I said's technically a name for a donkey.
Right, but, I mean, not with an R in it.
Hmm?
Yeah, you put an R in it. But you put an R in it, so it's not a donkey. You can't get away with it if it's got an R in it. That's the rule.
I mean, if you're getting away with yours, then I'm getting away with mine.
Well,
I still owe 50p. But...
Right, well, I'm paying mine now. What are you doing? It's your house.
Yeah.
You can, yeah. Like, I bought you a Magnum.
I don't use cash.
Oh, here he is, blinking contactless over here.
Yeah.
Think of a word that sounds like contactless that would describe it. There you go. That's
and like when I buy shirts off wrestlers, it's not like I get change.
Which wrestlers do you buy shirts off?
I bought a shirt from Miko Satomura on Friday.
On Friday? What were you doing on Friday?
I went to Fight Club Pro.
Oh, there we go. The Great British Grumble returns for an extended edition off of Fight Club Pro because there's been nothing else that's happened since the last show. It was literally yesterday, so like...
I went to Fight Club Pro on Friday, and it was a very good show. There were a few people in the group I go to who thought that this card was a bit underwhelming, and to look at it at first off, it was like, well, whatever the surprises are, that's where it'll probably get good. So the show opened with David Starr vs. Travis Banks, which was really, really good.
Did you ruffle his t-shirts?
No, I didn't ruffle his t-shirts. But there's a lot of Roman Reigns references in the match because of Travis Banks' new shirt, which says the big Kiwi kick out at 1, and a picture of a Kiwi dressed as Roman Reigns.
Oh, message. Oh.
Text me when you finish recording, it says.
Oh, there you go then.
Oh, she's going to be annoyed when she finds out we've only just started.
Yeah, she is. She's going to be mad.
The other notable things on the show, Omari defended his Infinity Championship against a mystery opponent, which turned out to be Keith Lee, and that was quite good. It was the third match of a trilogy. Not as good as the second one. The second one's always the best in a trilogy.
Keith Lee's in the country for progress, isn't he?
Yeah.
Which we can't spoil.
No.
Literally, we can't. It's not happened. Because it's not.
Night 3 hasn't happened yet, so.
No. That's,
what else happened?
We would, otherwise we would.
So there was a match announced.
You definitely would.
At the end of DTTI, the tag team tournament, Mark Davis from Aussie Open.
That's dancing to the Indian.
He went a bit heelish in attacking an injured Tyler Bate and stuff because he was upset that he thought he was going to lose the tournament, and eventually they did. So to get his frustrations out, they put him against Clint Margera in a no DQ match.
Cracking.
It looked a bit weird at first, and they actually announced it with the tag Joe versus Necro, which, like, Joe versus Necro is one of the best no DQ matches of all time. It's absolutely brilliant in terms of a deathmatch worker doing just a straight up no DQ fight. This match was the British version of it.
Right.
It was absolutely phenomenal of Mark Davis just battering Clint Margera and Clint Margera trying to fight back. and they had a legit fight around the building. It was absolutely amazing. You need to see it on demand. They had a scramble match, which the key part of it, after the 6 participants came out, Pete Dunne then interjected himself by throwing shoes at everybody, taking shoes off of members of the crowd and the referee to throw at people, and then eventually hit Jordan Devlin with his finish, and then let Miller McKenzie pin him, because Pete Dunne is now Stone Cold Steve Austin on UK Indies. We got the tag titles. The Hunter Brothers had one of their best performances in a long while against Mustache Mountain. Mustache Mountain retained the tag titles in their first defense. And then we got Miko Satomura defending the title against Chris Brooks. They gave Miko the streamer treatment early on in the match. Kid Like Us got kicked out from ringside because they tried to attack her before the match started. It was a really, really great match. Miko Satomura won after a lot of shenanigans from Chris Brooks. And then Chris Brooks stole the belt at the end of it.
Lovely guy.
Yeah, it was a really, really good show. Fight Club Pro are just on a tear at the moment.
I like it when men beat up women on shows.
Right, careful, because like you'll end up with a lot of people arguing with you, because that's been happening on Twitter.
Why?
Yeah. Well, like Jimmy Havoc and a bunch of people are getting drawn into an argument with this podcast host, funnily enough, would you believe? It was basically calling him out and saying they're killing the business. Right, now, I don't like intergender wrestling, whatever, but I'm not going to call people out and say they're killing the business, because, like, first of all, clearly they're not, because it's going fine. And secondly, like, I'm not bothered by it, but clearly there are people who are, right?
Yeah, it's personal preference.
But if you're Jimmy Havoc or I can't remember which female wrestler it was.
Ginny.
There you go then. Right, they're having a go. Just ignore him. Ignore it. He's feeding off you. What are you doing?
Do not feed the troll.
Don't feed the troll. And like Matthew's involved somehow now, and just.
It's because,
and now what's he done? You know what the guy? This is where I was like, he's definitely true, because he said, "Oh, I'll speak more about it on my podcast." I was like, "Look what you've done." He's got less followers than we do, by the way, so it can't be that popular a podcast. But anyway,
the reason it got a lot of publicity is because it was the main event of Riptide in Brighton on Friday, and the table didn't break.
Yeah, that was bad.
It got sent to Matthew.
There's rumours going that they didn't have a medic there, and then something, and then someone was. Oh no, that was Eve, wasn't it?
Eve, yeah.
Eve supposedly didn't have a medic, but they did have a medic, but it's something to do with the wrong person was running the building. It sounded very Brit Rest, that's all.
There was a lot of craziness at Eve. I've not seen anything of the show yet, but the show started like an hour or so late, because I've been victim to this at York Hall as well. The security, people forgot to take like Swiss Army knives and stuff out of their bags, and York Hall are very touchy about knives there, considering someone was stabbed there.
Rightly so, yeah. I mean, I'd like to think even Donny Dome was a bit. They were like, "Could you take the knife out of the bag, please?"
First time I went
when I go to Royal Albert Hall, can I not take my shiv?
No.
First time I went to York Hall,
because you can't wear your skiing do.
I was about 30 or 40 people deep in the queue, and it took me an hour to get in the venue, because that's how in-depth the searches are at York Hall sometimes. It's a ridiculous venue.
Speaking of the Royal Albert Hall, Daryl, little Triple H has been chatting up again. First of all, he sent Man City a title belt. I saw that.
Well, he sent Chelsea one. Did they win it last year?
Yeah.
He said it. Yeah, because I tweeted from our account, or on Facebook from our account last year, with John Terry holding WWE belt.
Yeah,
which makes me cry.
I'm forever blowing bubbles. That's Triple H, the West Ham fan, sending these around to other teams. Must break his heart. Yeah, well, break his hammer, maybe.
Yeah, maybe
hammers. That's the link there. Hammers. But also, he's been saying about at that event that you were going to, your little
the UK Championship tournament.
Yeah, they're gonna reveal what they're doing. So it's an announcement of an announcement.
Where did they get that idea from?
1PW.
I don't know anymore.
We do owe you a show, though. Sorry, we do still owe you a show.
In an update to that, while it reminds me, I went back to the motherland over the weekend.
Oh yeah,
and because I needed to clear some stuff out of my bedroom, because my mum wants to like put a snooker table in there or something.
Obviously, yeah.
And I found me 1PW book.
Did you?
Yeah, I think it's called All or Nothing.
All or Nothing, yeah. James Dixon's book.
Yeah, I found that.
Terrific.
And I've also I couldn't bring all the DVDs back, because I've literally got every show up to Working Man's Blues, I think.
The classic era.
Yeah. So I selected...
These were his wages as well, don't forget. These were his wages.
So I selected the 3 best of 1PW releases.
Okay.
And the one called Blood, Guts and Flaming Tables.
Very good.
I figure that's going to cover all the matches we need to cover.
Probably will do.
And then some. So I've got myself well covered there. So I can actually prepare for the show.
Good, well done.
Yeah. What have you guys done?
Move your microphone because you're not speaking into it.
What have you guys done?
I took someone's PayPal password.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm joining in with it. Yeah. I didn't give someone change, or I double charged someone twice at work. That was what I was getting into the spirit of things. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what we want. In another feature that we're going to return this week, it's back to Dan on Japan.
Yeah,
because Japanese is it turning Japanese?
You're not allowed to do it.
Is that not?
No, I told you about that, and I won't accept it again.
So
pretend it didn't happen.
It was Wrestling Dontaku Night 2.
Now you've got me doing it.
Night 1 had Kenny Omega defeating Hangman Page and Cody defeating Kota Ibushi in the 2 main events. Night 2 is the important one, though. So first off,
you mean it wasn't as it was more important than Adam Page being in the main event?
Yeah.
Funny that, isn't it?
So Los Ingobernables versus Suzuki Gun happened. It was not it was an alright match, but then what happened after the match was the big talking point. So Naito hangs around afterwards to get a bit of extra applause, and as he's walking down the aisle,
Johnny Storm pop, obviously, but call it what it's called.
But then as he walked down the aisleway, someone dressed as Bushi, but a lot bigger and fatter than him, attacked him, got him in the ring, and I say took off his mask, but struggled to take off the mask for a good minute.
Eventually.
Because of his massive head.
Yep.
Figuratively and literally.
Yep.
To reveal Chris Jericho. Now, the best part about this, apart from Chris Jericho being back in New Japan after saying he definitely wasn't going back to New Japan, like anyone believed that.
Yep.
Was the fact that...
I believed it, just didn't everyone else believe it? No?
Not the fact that it took him forever to get the mask off, but the fact that he did the makeup underneath.
Yep.
He didn't need to do the makeup underneath.
No.
So I posted saying it looked like your fat goth aunt is getting ready for the Sisters of Mercy 40th anniversary tour.
Someone beat us to it though, didn't they? Someone got a better one.
Why didn't he need the makeup?
Because it didn't make a difference.
Yeah, because the mask is quite like... It's not like anyone thought it was Bushi. Bushi's like 5'4" and tiny, and this massive guy comes out because Jericho's short, but he's stocky.
Oh, okay.
And no one thought it was Bushi attacking him because everyone had just seen Bushi leave the other way.
Plus, someone beat you with that comment though when they said people are always slagging WWE off for like bringing in celebrities, but here's New Japan bringing Eddie Izzard in.
Yeah, and
Jericho even retweeted that, so that's something, isn't it?
So yeah, Jericho attacked him and bloodied him up. It was quite a big blood job.
Yeah, then he walked around backstage, just chucked stuff around.
Yeah, and swore a lot.
Yeah, swore a lot, of course, because he does enjoy doing that in New Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can get away with it, why not?
I mean, he'd have
a swear jar, doesn't he?
He'd have to pay the jar. He'd have to pay the jar.
Do you think Gallows and Anderson, like, when he said to him, oh yeah, I'm going to New Japan to do the match with Kenny, he's like, oh, you'll love it there. You swear all you want and they don't care.
Yeah.
But after that, we got Will Ospreay versus Kushida for the junior title. Really great match. Ospreay and Kushida are both claiming it's the best one of theirs, but it wasn't. It was really good, but...
Yeah, but Ospreay's mental.
Yeah. And he got battered again. He took a DDT to the floor.
Yeah, of course he did, Dan, because he can't help himself. Like, there's an account that you follow on Twitter, it's just Alan_cheapshot, who was saying, they're like they review a lot of this sort of stuff, and I don't know if they're wrestling journalists, but they're certainly like heavily involved in wrestling Twitter and social media. And they were like, I really love Will Ospreay, but I do wish you'd just slow it down. And that, as soon as I saw that, I was like, he'll probably just speed up now, just to spite, because he's like a petulant child.
Even
he
the
can't
commentary
help
does this. Like Don Callis said on commentary, the best thing New Japan could do with Will Ospreay right now is to give him 6-month paid vacation.
Yeah,
and let him heal up, and said to him, "You're not doing other bookings."
But he would, you know what he would do? He would do other bookings. Yeah. He'd do other bookings. He'd go and chuck himself in front. He's going to chuck himself through some stuff in like a community centre in Norwich. Don't know why I said Norwich, because Norwich, in fact, as we know, is now the wrestling hub of the UK. So I've mugged myself off there. So instead, I'm going to say Burton upon Trent.
And then in the main event, we got the final match, the big main event between Okada and Tanahashi. It was the 11th time they've faced each other in singles matches. They were tied in every single way, including number of title defenses for the record of most IWGP title defenses. It was an absolutely phenomenal match. Tanahashi had his best match in years in this one. Absolutely stunning match. Okada got the big win, like we probably thought he would. And after the match, got on the mic and said, I don't know who's going to challenge me next because I beat everyone and no one's coming out to challenge me. And then he went through all the people he'd beat during this run. And afterwards said, there's one that doesn't sit right with me. Kenny Omega, get out here. So Kenny comes down to the ring and he says, we're 1-1-1. That doesn't sit right. We need to finish this. So Kenny Omega goes, well, he says to him, and this time it's no time limits. And then Kenny Omega says, that's good, but I want to make it 2 out of 3 falls as well. So we're getting a no time limit, 2 out of 3 fall match. to headline Dominion for the title between Okada and Omega. It's either going to go 20 minutes or 2 hours.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, is that going to go for like 2 hours long? Is this going to be as long as WrestleMania?
It's going to be a long match. It's either going to be a very short. It's going to be a lot shorter than we expected, or a lot longer.
How long was that Chris Hero match that he did? Do you remember?
90 minutes.
It'd be longer than that, then, won't it?
Yeah, that was 93, I think, wasn't it? Chris Hero and CM Punk.
Yeah.
Yeah, 93 minutes.
And then you've got the one David Starr has in his nickname because he's a 104-minute man. He did a match that went 104 minutes, and he's saying, if this goes 2 hours, I'll be annoyed because I'll have to take that out of my nickname because it's not impressive anymore.
Oh.
He's got a new thing in his nickname anyway.
What is it about, like folding his t-shirts?
No. His latest thing is Best of the Best because he won Best of the Best in CZW, which is the company he started in. So it's
all right. So I've won Best of the Best in my flat. Like CZW is not anything really, is it?
No, you haven't.
Have I not?
No, you haven't.
All right, I came second.
Exactly.
You lost
I didn't.
You lost it 7.
I was going to say that's why you weren't the best of the best, because you didn't come second. Prowess.
My mum listens to this.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she does.
And
didn't she specifically tell you that she won't lend you a swimming costume?
Yeah,
love that out of context. Terrific. So, I mean, I think you should ask her to reconsider if you want to retake up that ingrained career. That's what people are doing now.
Clearly,
look at Pete Dunne
and Grado.
Yeah, exactly. Grado. Look at someone else whose name escapes me briefly. Who else wears the mom's swimming costume?
Avalanche in WXW.
There you go, Avalanche in WXW.
No, we didn't get the reference right. So it wasn't CM Punk that I was thinking of. Chris, 9th of June 2015, Chris Hero wrestled for over 3 hours for charity.
Oh, well, they ain't going to do that then.
Wasn't it?
I don't know.
It was like Chris Hero.
It's a gauntlet match. Don't count, mate.
No, gauntlet's all one match.
No, don't count, mate. Don't count.
It's not a one-on-one match, is it?
It's the slobber knocker match.
Not the same. Yes. Oh God. I don't think anyone's trying to unlock Fred Durst anytime soon.
I am for next year's WrestleMania.
Yeah. You'll need to, won't you? Dear me. Yeah, so here's my question to you then, Dan. Is it time? Is it time for Omega to win the big one?
I think it is, because if Okada wins, what happens then?
Nothing.
He retires with the belt.
He's got one challenger left if he beats Okada, and that's Ibushi, and they won't go with Ibushi because he's not full-time.
Yeah, they won't sign for him, will they?
Yeah, okay. So there's not really anyone for him.
What if they bring over John Cena?
John Cena versus Tanahashi would be the more intriguing match.
Well, here you go, right? Actually, what about, all I'm saying is Jericho's challenging for the Intercontinental Championship. Last time he challenged for the United States Championship. This time, three matches, 3 title matches. Put Jericho on top, baby.
He attacks Okada after that match.
Yeah.
And then don't come back for 6 months.
That's how you get a title match if you're Chris Jericho. You just whack someone and then go, now I'm the number 1 contender.
Or what if he wins the IC belt and then he does title versus title?
If Jericho wins...
Someone suggested they unify the titles.
I didn't want not have to unify it, but like they could do like what they did with Warrior and Hogan.
Yeah. Someone was suggesting that they should unify the titles, and everyone went, why? Like, the IC title is a very good title to have, like for the other the big 4 to have. It's like having 2 world titles in WWE, kind of. But it's got some prestige to it.
It's a little bit like that, isn't it? Right. So if Jericho wins, right, will that mean he is in fact well, let's count them up. How many has he had so far?
9.
Yeah. So will that 9, isn't it? So will that make him a 10-time Intercontinental Champion?
Well, technically, yeah.
Yeah, because one time New Japan, 9 times WWE.
Yeah.
There you go.
Miz will be annoyed if he ever beats that one.
Yeah, well, maybe that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to build up his Intercontinental Championships.
Going and winning every IC title.
If you wanted to be a really bad, not really bad heel, but like if you wanted to be a really obnoxious heel, that would be a really fun thing to do. Beat him for the title and then went, now I'm a 10-time Intercontinental Champion.
Oh.
That'd be pretty funny, because everybody's like, oh, the other 9 don't count. But like, now they do. Look at this, baby. You just made the list of, I've got a belt on it. Did you notice he had a t-shirt that said list Ingobernables to Jericho?
Yeah.
That was pretty good. Already get the merchandise sorted out first.
It's the important bit.
He's a man who has priorities.
This t-shirt's already sold out.
There you go.
Yeah.
Exactly. He clearly, by the way, this further explains why he was number 50 last Friday. Or 2 Fridays ago, whatever it was.
Apart from the fact he didn't look like he'd really gone to a gym in the entire time he'd been out.
He's just pretending, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, he really doesn't, actually. But then he's probably like, oh, they don't care over there.
Yeah, and he'll probably start training now, won't he?
That's also, you probably saw Hiroki Sumi earlier on. He was like, I'll be fine. I'm going to be fine. He's Japanese. I'm going to Japan. It's all fine.
Yeah, they love little fatties over there, don't they?
I'm not really sure how to respond to that, Daryl.
What do you mean?
We don't know where it's going.
No.
Oh, it's like sumos and that.
Right,
yeah.
okay.
Well, have I made a reference that I didn't understand?
I don't know, but you just said little fatties. So, I mean...
Yeah, sumo tends to be pretty big.
Where do you want me to go with it? I mean, little fatties is like Hornswoggle.
I like Hornswoggle.
Or like the little short stacks off of WrestleMania. Your favourite moment off of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
And neither are you.
I love the little pancake men.
There you go.
All right, so the reason this show's coming out early this week...
Yeah, the reason you're being treated to our presence is that, first of all, it's bank holiday, so we're celebrating that, bank holiday joy, so we're enjoying it by sitting in a...
It's the Royal Grumble bank holiday bonanza.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a bit like the Star Wars holiday special.
In a way.
Yeah.
It's probably just as good.
Yeah, it's Backlash bank holiday bonanza. There you go. Got it. Backlash bank holiday bonanza. We're going to talk about WWE. I've lost all sense of thought.
We're going to talk about Backlash.
Backlash, thank you, Daryl, after this.
We Are Niche is a gaming, film and wrestling news-based website that aims to bring together fans from all across the world to learn and talk about their favourite aspects of nerd culture. Specialising in opinion pieces, top 10 lists and any other fun way to interact over our favourite genres, We Are Niche aims to provide you with enough stimulating content to actually make you want to stick around and become part of our fun community on the edges of the outer rim and the internet. That's www.weareniche.com or on Twitter @WeAreNiche.
Before the renaissance of British wrestling. Before the revolution. Before the progress. There was one. One company who pushed the boundaries. One company on the lips of British wrestling fans. One of the most controversial companies in British wrestling history. One company bringing pro wrestling dream matches to the UK.
Dearly beloved, we're gathered here tonight to celebrate the life of PPV.
The Royal Grumble brings to you the in-depth look at the company that brought them together. The company that brought eyes from around the world to a small town in the north of England. 1PW, version 1, 2005 to 2007.
Coming soon.
Subscribe now.
We do not owe you money.
Cracking. Brilliant. You've mugged me off there right well, haven't you?
Well, what happened there?
Sound guy blinking forgot to tell me that we do not owe you money was going to come in and cut me.
I did try to put my hand up and warn you.
You didn't try that hard though, did you?
Well, you weren't looking at me, that's
right,
why.
I try not to. Right, we're talking about Backlash. Continuing with our annual tradition of ignoring the big swipey letters. So this should be a fun show because I've written them all up on the format without the big swipey letters. So it shouldn't be too hard to figure it out. But the first one, well, first of all, who, it's just really...
My favourite Samoa O.
Yeah, exactly. OE. I think that might even be a chemical symbol. We'll find that out by the end. Right. Bailey versus Ruby Riott.
I didn't watch it, man. I didn't watch the pre-show.
Probably Ailey versus Ruby Riott.
We stopped taking turns on pre-shows, didn't we?
Yeah.
We need to start that up again, really.
No, we don't. Not for these 1 hour pre-shows and not for...
Do you mean there were opportunity for us to take turns on Bailey and Ruby Riott?
Let's move on. Let's move on from a match that we didn't watch. Let's move on quickly. Move on quicker.
It's too slow.
It's too slow. Your thing is, yeah. And it just reminds me of Dolph Ziggler. I don't need that. Right. First match, Intercontinental Championship. Seth Rollins versus Iz. It's a very existential man.
Did you know that Tyson Kidd was the agent for this match?
Yes, I did. I saw the sheet. TJ Wilson, he's an agent now, isn't he?
Is he?
He was the agent for this.
He put together this match.
Someone put a production notes up somewhere, and he's the agent. He wasn't the agent for any other matches. So who's the best? So who's the best agent? I think it's him, isn't it? It is though.
Got to be, yeah.
Well, it probably is because this was easily the best match.
It was ridiculously good, this match.
It was fantastic. I loved it. And this is why I get annoyed when people are like, oh, The Miz, yeah, he's got a character, but he can't work. Yes, he can work. Leave him alone.
Yeah, this match was absolutely brilliant. They're really putting over the fact that Seth Rollins is the hottest guy in WWE right now.
He's the ace.
Yeah, even though he's, not the main champion.
But he's the ace. And he's been built up by The Miz, building up the Intercontinental Championship, so he's the ace now. He actually is, though. Like, seriously.
Yeah, he's been brilliant.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but Seth Rollins is clearly like the best guy in the company at the moment.
I've always said that.
Have you?
Yeah, always.
That's a lie.
Only because if he doesn't say it, he gets beat up when he goes home.
Yeah. Did you say it even during his title reign, which lasted forever?
Yeah, that was my favourite bit of Seth Rollins when he went champ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he was a double champ when he faced John Cena.
Yeah, with US belt and WWE belt.
And Sting was in his trophy cabinet.
Yeah, and his face paint melted.
Yeah, and then he threw his statue into the bin, into a truck.
Oh, that was fun. Do you know when he killed Sting?
Yeah. Yeah, he did kill. Yeah, he retired Sting.
Yeah.
Doesn't brag about it often, funnily enough.
He put the red light on Sting, didn't he?
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh, boom. 2 skull-crushing finales was not enough to put Seth Rollins away.
Miz is going to need a new finish.
Is he?
Figure 4.
It's something that WWE does occasionally. You'll have someone, their finish stops working, so they'll develop something new. It's not done very often, but it's done occasionally.
They do that, but the Miz has already had like about 3 or 4 finishes by now, hasn't he? Like he had the the knee and the neck breaker for a while.
Yeah.
I quite liked that, but it wasn't much of a finish. I don't think he even uses it anymore.
No.
I can't remember what it's called. Wizard of Oz, was it?
Some porn face on his name.
Something.
He probably had the overdrive at some point.
Oh, everyone had, yeah. Everyone had the overdrive. He had the figure 4, obviously, for a bit. Which that was more when he was a face, really.
Yeah, because Ric Flair was his dad, weren't it?
Yeah, he
so
was. Yeah, Ric Flair was his dad. Yeah, well, I mean, he'd already lost his son, so got a surrogate son, and you're not.
David's there going, "What about me? You were dead to me a long time ago, David."
Miz, you're like the son I no longer have. What about me? I'm David Flair. That's right, David. You keep scrubbing them floors. Yeah, that wouldn't be hard to put together a Miz version of that, would it? Seth Rollins did a picture-perfect frog splash. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous frog splash.
Another thing I noticed during this match was how hot the crowd were to start off.
Yeah.
Like the crowd, like for at least half the show, the crowd were really loud and were like screaming along with everything.
But at one point, Seth, by the way, has started stealing the Shawn Michaels stamping his foot thing to do the stomp.
Yeah, a bit annoying, but more acceptable when he was doing it in a rhythm of 3. Because he wasn't doing like whack like Dolph Ziggler does, which is flat out stealing it. At least he modified it a little bit. And you're doing it in rhythm of 3, and the crowd started chanting "Burn it down" with him. Oh, that's good.
That were good. That I were like, consider it something that a lot of people could have gone, "That's rubbish."
Yeah,
he's really sort of taken it and run with it. He shouldn't have run with it as far as going to run and buy those tights. But we can't have everything, can we? He's not worn them again.
No, he's gone back to his SummerSlam tights, hasn't he? With his green. I think it was not SummerSlam just gone, the SummerSlam before.
Right.
It's green.
Not the previous SummerSlam to that, because that was the white.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, black and green tights.
Yeah.
He broke them back out for Saudi Arabia, didn't he?
Yes, he did, green, innit?
Yeah, but he kept them on for this.
Yeah, well, they're better than the blinking flaming tights, aren't they? I think he's just quietly dropped them. I think he tried to own them for a little while, and they were a step too far. So he's owned the burn it down thing, but don't own the burn it tights thing.
Yeah, ironically, it's put them in a fire.
Yeah. Well, they do deserve to be in a fire.
Yeah.
By the way, that's a point. We should talk about that news. Kane, it turns out we were wrong, and we were right as well. Right? Kane didn't win the election, but he did win the primary. The primary is to decide who the candidate is.
He's preliminarily... say that word for me, Graeme.
Primary. Preliminarily.
He's done that to light a fire underneath Knox County.
Exactly. So he's the candidate going forward into the actual election now. Do you know how many votes he won by?
I do, but you could tell the listeners.
Yeah, 17 votes. So go and vote, right? I mean, obviously it's too late now. It was last week.
I don't know what your politics are, listeners. I'm not bothered what the politics are. My point is, if you're like, oh, it won't make a difference. This did 17 votes.
I mean, it could have been 2 more, and then the election in May, 19 votes has decided, and then
May 19th,
bang, grabs a bite neck.
Yeah, what if he chokeslams somebody? It's like, oh, I didn't want to take office on May 19th.
It'd be like that Brass Eye sketch with the councillor who ends up... Yeah, I can't really talk about it because of the swear
No,
jar.
you can't. No, you cannot. I have no idea where you thought that was going to go,
but it wasn't going to go where you expected.
Politician
anyway.
doing something weird on stage.
Yes. Ultimately, this ended up in Seth Rollins whacking the old stomp on Miz and winning the match, retaining the title.
Oh, cool.
They did actually have me a couple of times. When he hit the second skull-crushing finale, I was like, he might take the IC title back to SmackDown and feud with Daniel Bryan over it.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but then I was thinking, how can they get that US belt over to Raw? And I was like, they're going to have to wait for the next pay-per-view to somehow have a cross-brand challenge match.
Yeah, but I mean, they could do that.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're not going to now, clearly.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I mean, this is the thing, though. Like, you know, when they're always trying to keep the definition between the brands, how can you have the definition between the brands when they've got the same pay-per-views?
Yeah, but they had the same pay. Some back in the day, they had some joint pay-per-views.
I know. I can't decide whether it's better or worse.
I like it.
Well, I do and I don't. I like the principle of it. I think the execution is not always good because often it ends up in just the same people on the show.
It
all the
does,
time.
but then you don't have to sit through the filler matches.
Well, that is-
and, like, people that shouldn't be nowhere near pay-per-view.
That is true. That's the good thing about it. That's the main positive.
You know
I'd
what the
say.
big negative is?
Go on.
That advert where they're all pretending to sing over that song.
Yeah, he's right. That's the worst.
That
thing of it.
advert is awful.
I don't
hate
mind
it.
the advert.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Carmel's like, "Can I get a water?" That seems to be part of her gimmick now, which
Yeah.
Yeah.
we'll get back to later. But yeah, I hate that advert. No, first time I thought I was like, that's quite cute, and now it just grates on me
Okay.
because like we already know you're doing co-branded pay-per-views. We're on one.
Yeah, but you got to like promote it, haven't you?
What during the show?
Yeah,
Right.
why not?
Come and watch Backlash. On Backlash, we're on Backlash now.
Also, they played that advert before so it was 2 matches before the end. So you'd already watched the most of the show before they played an
Some
advert.
people
to
might be
say-
tuning in, they're just coming from work and they don't know what, they just put the network on the live. Oh, see what's on the live feed. Oh, what's this?
Wait, they're coming in for work at like 10 o'clock at night in America.
Yeah,
Oh,
some people work shifts.
3 o'clock in the morning. They're going, I'll just shut the network on
Yeah.
before I go to bed.
Yeah.
Go to bed.
Some people work
There's
shifts,
nothing,
mate.
there's nothing for you here. I know some people work shifts.
Yeah, some might finish at 10 or
Yeah.
get in at 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
think,
the first thought
how
is,
can I wind down?
how can I make myself angrier?
Yeah.
Put the network on.
Imagine if you'd have turned on the show at that point. Jesus.
Well, imagine if you turned on the show at this point. You're like, oh, well, I've only missed the IC title match.
Yeah.
Oh. The next treat you've got for you is Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. Is she in relation to Curtis Axel?
Yeah, the cousins.
Good. Yeah, because everyone's cousins, isn't they? Yeah. I mean, they're not actual cousins, but they met once. So now you're my cousin.
About this match, around WrestleMania, I kept saying, and I think we all said actually, that the Nia Jax Alexa Bliss match should have been a squash at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
If they did on squash and this was the second match, like this was a much better match than the WrestleMania one.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this match. And if they'd done the squash, this match wouldn't have hurt at all. And it had been like, this is how they should have done it, but not to be that guy.
I didn't enjoy it. I thought it was boring. And I think she's really not very good, Nia Jax.
I mean, I've got issues with it, but I thought the match itself was good.
She's sloppy, ultimately, for me. It's just like the execution of a lot of stuff is just... what was it I said to my
Her
wife?
matches need to be simpler.
I said something to my wife earlier on about the way she wrestles. It's something like... It's almost like she's trying to wrestle a different style through what her presence brings, but she's just not good enough to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's rubbish.
She is, yeah. She is rubbish.
Yeah,
I mean, there's no two ways about it.
rubbish.
From Now, don't get me wrong. I actually don't think Alexa Bliss is that good either. In ring. Character-wise, she's fine.
Yeah, but a character makes up for it. You know what I was saying about Bobby Roode last week, where it's like, he's not that good in the ring, but if you have a good character behind him and have memorable angles, it makes up for it. Whereas I think with Alexa Bliss, like, I won't say she had memorable angles, but like a character work and a mic work, you can let her off a bit in the ring.
Yeah, I agree with that. But the problem with like Nia Jax, especially now that she's got away from the monster thing, what's her gimmick? Her gimmick is don't get bullied.
Yeah.
Don't take it. But then she's not dominant enough to go, I had this power in me all the time. It's like, I sort of had this power in me.
Right.
But-
I need to quote her promo, so I'm allowed to swear.
You do need to quote
Okay.
Swear? Did she swear in a promo?
Well, she said ASS.
Oh, yeah. But
Because he had to pay for it last week. But I'm not
right, yeah,
paying
but
for it, so-
he put an R in it. It's where she
okay,
didn't.
that's fine
the
then.
rule, yeah.
So she said at the end of a
And he
promo,
hasn't paid for it anyway, so it don't matter.
Right.
Have you?
She said at the end of a promo, bullies always get their asses kicked.
Yep.
I don't know if you've ever been to school, love, but like, I never got bullied myself. I was lucky I never got bullied. But like, I've seen bullies and I've seen them bully other people. They never got their asses kicked.
No.
They just bullied more.
Yeah. I imagine you to be like the sidekick in the school.
The bully sidekick.
Either the bully sidekick or like the sidekick of the person who gets beaten up. Like, and you're like, after they've been beaten up, you're like, don't worry about it, mate. You're like the Spud.
No, I wouldn't
not
either.
Spud off of wrestling. Just like, that's I don't know if you heard, mate. People are calling me Spud now.
Spud can eat 2 breakfasts.
See, the thing that stopped me getting bullied was losing my temper and throwing a chair at one of them.
Yeah.
So in a way, he bullied them. Did you kick their ass though?
No, I just threw the chair and went after him. But
There you go then.
yeah,
Went
it stopped
after him. Stalked him. Not in that way. Just like.
But see, like the bullying thing is the issue I have with this. Like, not that they're doing a bullying angle. It's that we continually told, the women are equal to men now. But they'd never do this storyline with guys.
Be a star.
Yeah, they just don't, like, it's that silly thing where it's like, we give women the platform, 2 things, but you're still giving them the same old storylines where...
Triple H did a bit of a bullying angle with Booker T.
Yeah, and the bully won.
In a way. Yeah, I mean, he did win. There is that after the 20...
Booker T didn't cry when Triple H said all that stuff about him formerly being in prison and everything.
Yeah. He said more than that, didn't he?
Big Show's cried on air before.
Yeah, and he got bullied a bit, didn't he?
Yeah.
For being big. So same angle.
Yeah.
Big Show got very bullied when his dad's corpse got ridden away by the big boss man.
Yeah, it's just that, like, it's the same angles where it's, it's jealousy between 2 girls, or it's this bullying and stuff, and, just give them good stories.
Did Big Boss Man get off with Big Show's mom at one point?
I don't remember.
I think that was part of the angle.
Can we just say, like, this is completely, well, it's kind of on topic. Big Boss Man were great, weren't they?
Was he?
I mean, in that period, he carted Big Show's dad away. He fed Al Snow his dog. He had a good run, didn't he?
I think it's safe to say it was a different time.
But can you imagine if you were doing that kind of angle now?
Yeah.
Like, he'd be like the Braun Strowman, wouldn't he?
He actually would, wouldn't he? Yeah.
It was just at the same time where you had fans with signs in crowd that said certain things that we can't say on the air.
No, we can't.
It had pictures of breasts on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are we not going to save that and review because my Jam Sunday Night Heat's on the network, but here's the problem I have with it, and I told you I would reveal this to you later. Do you know how much Sunday Night Heat's on the network? 1 year. 98 to 99. Not even the good years of Sunday Night Heat when Crash Holly was winning the light heavyweight championship off of Dean Malenko and Jerry Lynn made his debut.
And Raven were on it.
And Raven
was exclusive to Heat. That's how you know the Vince hates you.
Raven been banned from Raw, but he's still on the Raw brand, so he can't compete for SmackDown, so he can only wrestle on Heat. Amazing.
Yeah.
Speaking of Heat, speaking of the sort of people that would rise to prominence on Heat. Oh, by the way, Nia Jax won. I assume we mentioned that, didn't we?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Elias come down, didn't he? He's like, I'm going to do my little musical deal.
Yeah.
It was a regular sing-off extravaganza, wasn't it? All the musical people came out. The trombones, the drums, the
By the way,
ones with good theme tunes.
so about Big E, there was 2 things that were really notable about him. First, the drums didn't fit.
So wait, New Day came down to the ring.
Yeah, New Day came down to the ring. And,
Interrupted Elias.
yeah, Big E was wearing a big marching drum, but the drum didn't fit over his shoulders.
Yeah.
So it was like kind of perched on top of his traps. It was really awkward and painful looking. And then there was a bit where Corey Graves later on in commentary went, Big E, why are you sweating so much? And then you see him and it looks like he's dove into a pool. Like he's sweating so badly. It's just, what is going on with Big E? And then I got reminded of the fact that when Titus took his spill underneath the ring, that Big E and Elias were in the corner in hysterics at what had just happened, trying to hide it.
So Titus came down to the ring, didn't he?
Yeah.
With No Way Jose at end.
Yeah. He didn't fall over.
No. I thought that was going to be the punchline to it all. I didn't realise that they were going to bring Bobby Roode in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did we skip somebody? So New Day came out. Rusev.
Yeah, we skipped. Aiden English did a little song, didn't he?
Yeah.
To bring Rusev out, who then has no musical capacity. Although he did have a very good promo.
Yeah.
He ripped on Elias a little bit.
It ripped on the Booty Boys.
Ripped on the Booty Boys. That was good. Slagged him off.
And then it cut to them going, yeah, we like Booty. Yeah.
Yeah. They're big fans. And then, yeah, like I say, Bobby Roode came out, did his glorious bit. That's all he is now.
Yeah.
And hit him with the glorious DDT, because again, that's all he is now. And that were it.
You forget he twerked, and Vince will have seen that backstage going, That's great.
That's great. Get it an angle tomorrow. We can have him.
He's going to
have
be
a rude
twerking.
butt.
There's going to be a video of it. Actually, I've just thought of a shirt idea for WWE. It's going to be Flanders in the ski costume, but it's going to be Bobby Roode twerking, and it's going to say stupid, sexy Rude or something.
Nothing at all. Stupid, glorious Rude. Beautiful.
He could black up and twerk with New Day, couldn't he?
I think it's better if he doesn't do that, and can we disassociate ourselves with any blacking up at this point?
Okay.
Yeah, please. Thank you. Let's move on.
He's got face paint on though.
You want to talk about face paint? You want to talk about Jeff Hardy? Great. See? Seamless linking into the United States Championship match.
I like Jeff Hardy, but I do look at him sometimes and think, you're a 40-year-old bloke who has your facial hair shaved like that.
Have you seen the state of his shirt that he wore? Shiny.
Yeah.
It was like it looked.
I don't like these new shirts. He's got all the little designs down sides,
like a fish
on his arms.
It looked like one of them fish that like Attenborough talks about for half an hour. The fish has a reflective surface so that it can be reflected away by predators. I don't know. The point is that Jeff Hardy
this
looks
fish
like a
is called Willow the Wisp.
Oh God, he's not going to get that mask back, is he? He's
Probably.
supposed to be the normal
He
Hardy,
previously
isn't
lived
he?
on a diet of seaweed.
Yeah, very much. Yeah, seaweed, but without the sea. They referenced one of my favourite matches. Well, my favourite angles of all time, the Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton match from 2008. They referenced 2008 because they know that that's the jam.
Yeah,
because they know that that's where it's at.
When are we doing Backlash 2008?
Next week.
Okay.
Because we've missed this one, haven't we? Yeah, they referenced that on They said one day, at one point, Jeff Hardy chucked himself off the Titantron to have a swanton bomb on Randy Orton, and now here they are. They're all friends again.
He loves a swanton, does Jeff Hardy?
He does,
especially that one that he hit on Randy Orton in this match that looked painful.
Yeah, he really struck him like dead on, didn't he?
Yeah,
he basically laid on him to do the pin rather than actively. Like he was like,
he landed like. Instead of doing the thing where you land slightly off centre, so then you kind of skim them and hit the canvas, he landed full weight on Randy Orton, and Randy Orton just had a look on his face like,
was it
stupid? You're stupid.
Just got Mr. Kennedy's face in his head and just got really angry and red.
Was Kofi that?
It was Kofi Kingston was stupid. Yeah.
I mean, he does hate Kennedy as well, but Kofi was the one that was stupid.
Yeah, he got Kennedy sacked though, didn't he? So, that is worse. Kofi's still working for him. Kofi just got depushed. We're fine. Jeff Hardy won.
Yeah, this was a good match again, I thought.
Yeah, again, it was a very good SmackDown match.
Yeah.
That's going to be the case for a lot of these, including the next one, I would say.
I really enjoyed the show up until a point.
I don't think it was bad.
Yeah, I thought it was a good pay-per-view. It was going pretty quickly and things felt really good.
The crowd helped it. I think.
And the crowd were hot.
Yeah, they really were into it for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they changed slightly later on. Next match, it's the singles the singles one-on-one return of Daniel Ryan
versus
Big Ass. It's time for Daniel Ryan versus Big Ass.
Yeah, Cass is. I like Daniel Bryan's comment before the match that they brought up on commentary. The one thing, you can't teach size, but you can teach wrestling.
And yet Big Ass seems to suggest that no, you can't, because he's been taught, and well, just look at him.
I mean, it depends how much you take in.
Wrestling, you can't teach that.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, well done, mate. You've nailed it.
There was a bit when, as much as I've praised the crowd, that I feel like I have to say something against them.
Here we go. I'm waiting for this bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
They chanted for Enzo.
Yeah.
They chanted, we want Enzo.
Yeah, they did a bit. Mate, it was New Jersey.
Yeah, you're not getting Enzo.
No. But it's all right. It was cleared, so it's fine. Is it fine, though?
You say they dropped the charges, didn't they?
See, that makes it okay.
Yeah,
apparently.
like Bram.
Yeah, but it's still Enzo, though, isn't it? So, and he's still a bit of a scumbag. So, but it was New Jersey.
I won't need the full song, but we've got an opportunity to use it right here.
Oh, yeah. Right, okay. Well, okay, that's fine. Right, it's time. You remember, it's Song Woo. Right, you've got 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Do you know the rules? I'm taking up some of your time, so use it now.
So the reason not to chant "We Want Enzo" is that, at least if these statistics are still correct, they've probably changed slightly, but only 10% of rape cases actually make it to court, and only 10% of those get conviction. So only 1% of rapes are actually prosecuted. So maybe cheering for a guy, even if the charges are dropped, you should probably stay away from it, because 99% of people get away with it.
It sounds with the music on the background, it sounds like a public service announcement. Do you have anything to say on this?
I just have a bit of a problem with taking moral high ground either way, because like charges have been dropped, like if you were accused of something and charges dropped, and I was still coming around here calling you a thing that you were accused of, I think you'd be pretty mad.
Yeah, but at the same time,
you'd be pretty mad.
But at the same time, when it comes to cases like this with sexual assault or anything, you need to stick a bit with victim and not instantly go into "we want Enzo back on TV."
I'll remember that. Do you know, the next time he's accused of something, or you're accused of something, I'll remember to stick with victim.
What have I been accused of?
I don't know.
Have I been accused
What was that
of
thing?
Being too rock and roll.
Yeah, well, I had a fantastic idea for this song, so that proves how rock and roll I am, mate. So, I mean, you can't hear it because you don't have the headphones, but this is...
I've heard it before.
This is classic. This is song 2.1.
Yeah.
2.woo.
Yeah.
2.woo, see? Cracking. Are we going to use the rest of this bed for something?
No,
No, I think we've got to ride it out now, haven't we?
Okay.
Are you fading
I mean,
out?
it's only got another 30 seconds.
Well, exactly,
so
30 odd seconds. So anything else political you want to talk about? Quickly?
Kane's a Republican, which is worrying.
Right, okay.
Nuclear bombs are a myth.
Okay, really? Whoa. I don't think 2 minutes and 2 seconds is long enough
It's
to
a
talk about
conspiracy.
that. Yeah.
Australia doesn't exist.
Trump versus Kim Jong-un, who would win in a fight?
Trump.
Good. That's fine.
You nuke him.
There you go, that's fine. And that's it for the Song Woo takeover on the Royal Grumble. I'm so glad we got to use that.
Yeah.
Well,
I want to use it because I worked on that.
You
I was
did.
quite
It's
happy
good.
with
It's
it.
good. It's good. Mate, people are going to want to buy that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you know, both of them. So, yeah, Daniel Ryan won the match with the submission. It was quite quick.
Yeah.
Big Ass beat him up afterwards.
Yeah.
This feud must continue. Can't wait to see these.
They can't get us missed straight away, can they?
No.
We've got to wait.
Well, we can see Miz straight away, can't we, Daryl?
Yeah.
We hope.
Yeah, we bought tickets yet.
But we're
No.
gonna, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're worried though. Like,
It's
because
going to be a big cast.
well, is it? I hope that it's just Big Cass comes in and ruins it at the end.
Yeah, it probably will.
Which
Yeah.
is, I'm okay with that as long as I get to see Daniel Ryan against the Iz.
I hope that this is just leading to a Money in the Bank qualifier where Daniel Bryan beats him again.
Yeah, that would make sense. I could see him being in the Money in the Bank. Definitely chuck yourself around on ladders 2 months after you've been cleared. It's the sort of thing you'd do, though, isn't it? He's already been in the ring for over an hour for a Royal Rumble match, and now just lob him around with ladders.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah. Do you feel like the appeal of Daniel Bryan is already wearing off?
Yeah, a little bit. Just because, like, I think if they'd have booked him like kind of in a main event position, people would have been more excited.
I
But
think it's more the opponents.
But like you're feuding with Big Cass, and it's like you just know it's not going anywhere, don't you?
I mean, even we did this at one point where we said if he were to come back, what opponents would he be great against? And you can list nearly everyone on the roster before you go Big Cass.
It's a logical feud. It's not a feud to build him up. And it's not that I don't understand why they're doing it. I just think that's probably contributing to the loss of luster. But also, plus, the thing was, oh God, I just want to see him wrestle. I want to see him wrestle. And it's like, now you've seen him wrestle a couple of times. It's like, right, well, he's just a wrestler now then, isn't he? So what now? Well, you want to see him wrestle new people, don't you? Okay, here's Big Ass. Cracking. So this feud will continue. I hope it is just a like Money in the Bank.
Do you think Vince has got a list of people that Daniel Bryan's not wrestled and he alphabetized it?
Yeah, B for Big Cass. He's already done Big Show. Who's next? But Bobby Roode? Bobby Lindsay.
Yeah.
Bobby Lindsay. Next match, the SmackDown Women's title match. Right, Charlotte Flair versus Carmella. It's Carmella from down road. All right. It's Kurt Angle's here. Hello. Charlotte Flair versus Carmella. You know Mella.
Oh, yeah. Mella is money.
She's having a celebration. She's having a celebration. She's 2 weeks sober. Come down to celebration. She'll have a water.
You know what? All this stuff with Carmella, it's fine. It's good.
No, it's not.
Apart from the fact, you remember that Charlotte Flair ended Asuka's like 2 or 3 year winning streak or whatever it was.
That's why it's not.
And then she went straight into losing the title to Carmella, and now this.
I think losing the Money in the Bank via Money in the Bank was fine.
Yeah.
But then
she pinned her.
Yeah.
She pinned her.
Yeah.
And what's more, right? Because it's not. It's harder to do a screw finish in a women's match than it is in a men's match, because you can't just have a whacker in nads. You know what I mean?
Does it
Plus
still,
also
does it still
that's
not
the-
hurt if you whack them there?
Yeah,
I'm sure it does, but I don't know. I don't think it's a DQ, or I've never seen that used as a DQ. Plus, also, what are they going to say? He hit him right. He hit her right in the.
It beef curtains.
Oh God!
oh.
Headphones off. I'm done for a
Right.
little while. 30 seconds.
Chris Wolf has it part of her gimmick. She
What's this?
calls herself the
Right.
box kicker.
Oh, I see what she did there.
Yeah, it's the box kick.
Yeah,
It's a pun on kickboxer.
but why can't they do a schoolboy and grab the ropes kind of situation?
Yeah, I don't know. This was all very weird. Like, well, why can't she? Oh, I don't know. Why couldn't she just win by DQ or something? I don't know. She's pinned Charlotte Flair. And you know the worst thing, right? I'm annoyed with myself because they're pitching this as exactly this angle. Like, she's a heel because she's annoying those internet nerds who say that she can't wrestle. But she can't, though. That's the problem. She's not very good. Now, the only way I'll accept this going forward, right, is if they do the angle that I've talked about a few times that I quite like. If Asuka smashes her and wins the women's title, and then it's Charlotte Flair against Asuka. Asuka's the champion, but she's not really the champion, is she? Because she's never beaten Charlotte. And then, but even then, again, 2 months after, or 1 month maybe, after Asuka's winning streak was brought to an end by Charlotte Flair, who, let's not forget, Vince absolutely loves Charlotte Flair, right? She thinks she's amazing. And now she's lost to Carmella twice.
Yeah, and Asuka wasn't even on the show.
Nope.
I mean, technically, there's been 2 pay-per-views since WrestleMania. And one, you can't blame Asuka for not being on the show because no women were.
Yeah, I mean, she would, yeah.
And then the second one, she was barely mentioned, apart from Carmella.
Yeah, but who would she have wrestled?
I don't know, like Bailey got on the pre-show.
Yeah, Bailey got on the pre-show. That
And
is
Ru-
true.
but
Ruby Riott.
You didn't watch the pre-show, did you? So you
No.
wouldn't have, so you were not bothered about the pre-show.
I would have watched it if Asuka had faced like Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
Really?
Honestly,
it'd
I
been
would
about
have.
5
Like, I would have
seconds.
watched it just to see if she won for like 5 minutes.
Okay, I don't think I'd have bothered.
I'd have just stuck the end on like that part.
What, just the finish of the match?
Yeah,
Well,
honestly,
it's
no. I mean,
pointless then.
the like the end because it's an hour long, isn't it? That
Yeah.
match is probably only going to go 5 minutes. I just stuck that on. I
Also,
don't care
it's
about
like-
Bailey or Ruby Riott.
Within 2 weeks of WrestleMania, she was the other one in a tag match that wasn't actually part of the story.
Yeah.
So they've just kind of like it should have been a bigger deal her losing the streak. I was kind of annoyed when it happened because it happened by submission, and then they had to get in the ring and do the promo that was really just to set up Nakamura and AJ, and then now she's just doing nothing. And it's depressing.
I think I think what they're going for is having Carmella as a heel champion, but she's rubbish, and that's why they'll say she's a heel. But is that a bit meta, really?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But they are now, aren't they?
Yeah, they are a bit, aren't they?
Yeah.
But only in certain circumstances. Only in circumstances where it fits them. It's like, oh, you all boo her because she's no good. It's like, you all boo Roman Reigns because it's no good. No, not that. No, because it's cool to boo him. This isn't meta, but you're doing it wrong. Stop doing fanship wrong. Fandom, probably. I don't know. Didn't like it. Not happy with it. Didn't sit well with
I didn't
me.
mind the match, but then it was that where it's like, okay, why is Charlotte getting?
She
beat
also
clean?
dominated her, though.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I would have also accepted, right? If Carmella won because Charlotte was just taking her, like, assuming that she would win. Again, if Charlotte was like, look, I thought it'd be easy to beat her, but actually I took her lightly. But she didn't take her lightly. She just got paggered.
Yeah.
Carmella had a net lock for felt like 20 minutes or whatever. She had 5 chin locks on during this match.
On the post
I love
show,
a chin lock.
It was probably about 1, but it felt like about 5.
see, on the post show, I'm hoping it's setting up for like the angle you talked about because Carmella mentioned the fact she's like, I beat the person who beat Asuka's undefeated streak,
Yeah.
and she made a big point about mentioning Asuka like having the streak ended and everything, and Charlotte being the one now she's just beating Charlotte clean. So hopefully it's leading to that, but
I hope so. The only way I would accept it not leading to that is if they have like Asuka have a bit of a fight with the Iconics for a bit.
I just thought another thing that I wanted to bring up.
Go on.
So on the pre-show video, on the pre-match video, they've rewritten a bit of history. Money in the Bank last year is what the caption said as Carmella climbed up the ladder and took the briefcase down.
How far behind is he when I said this about
Did
2
you
or 3
say
weeks ago?
Yeah, they've played that video several times. with
Okay,
it,
I
yeah.
hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I literally mentioned it on show.
Okay.
Yeah.
It might have been that week you weren't on.
Yeah, it might have been.
It might have been, but we'll say it was, and when we'll make it that you were
Yeah, we'll just
ill.
be a little bit
Yeah.
annoyed that you didn't listen.
Didn't listen.
I listened to half of it, but my heart was just too broken.
Okay.
Obviously, yeah.
They showed a trailer for that. I don't know if it was around here. They showed a trailer for the new season of Total Bellas.
In the Camp WWE cartoon.
No way, I know what you're going to say.
He pulls her hair.
Yeah.
Little John Cena pulls the... I was like, it's a bit awkward, that, isn't it? Oh, dear.
Was it more awkward than Vince McMahon hiding in the walls of the women's dormitory?
To find out if women fart?
Yeah.
No, because we know he really did that, though. So.
But yeah, they showed the trailer for Total Bellas during the pay-per-view, and it showed John Cena saying to Nikki, I'm never going to want kids.
He didn't say that, did he? He said, the quote was, I don't want to hold you back from having kids, is what he said. What if he's infertile?
Oh, that'd be amazing. That'd be a good angle.
That'd be a plot twist, wouldn't it?
That'd be a good angle.
Well, then she dumped him. That's harsh.
No, because
then she's the heel.
No, because he's an honourable man, and he's John Cena, and he's the big baby face. He's like, look, you want to have kids, I can't have kids, so I won't marry you. You can find somebody else, and they can impregnate you.
I'm here to show the world.
Yeah.
I'm here. You should have played the thing, but don't.
Is your offer still?
I'll take 20 minutes.
Well, now I know my mum listens. I'm not really.
Oh yes, you'll have heard that.
Next match is
Do you think about all the stuff I've cut? What you've said?
Yeah, exactly. Could you save it? Like, he's got to get married at some point. You know what I mean? Well, yeah.
I'm not playing a room of the cut stuff, Daryl. To a room full of people. The stuff that
I'll
Daryl
say
said
someone
cut.
else did it. It'd be fine.
Oh.
Right, the WWE Championship no disqualification match. Versus, it was Shinsuke Nakamura, versus AJ Styles. Here at AJ Styles, we have all sorts of gravity and tiling, and also, AJ Styles.
Kurt Angle do a voiceover.
Yeah. I'm Kurt Angle, and I endorse AJ. I can't. It's gone.
Mine's
Okay,
at
I've ruined
Gorton
it.
Wood Retail Park.
I wasted
Just off
it.
the A1.
I wasted it on YouTube earlier on. It's wasted now. Okay, it's fine. This was the knacker whacking match.
This was the best match they've had in WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because constant ball shots.
Until it got to the constant ball shots at the end. But this match was really, really good at building up. And then it turned out it was building to a double ball shot, leading to a double count out.
It was a great double ball shot. You know what I mean? If you knew it was going to end in a double ball shot.
Do you not think, though, this should have been the point where... So, Styles got it in balls, and then when he dropped to his knees, that's when he hit Nakamura, and then he should just stood straight back up and pulled his cup out.
Yeah.
And just been like...
Oh, that would have been clever. But he's not booked as clever, is he? He's booked as... I mean, he thinks the earth's flat.
Well, I can remember from when I did jiu-jitsu, the first time I went for an armbar and squashed my balls doing it, I wore a cup every week after that. Oh. It happened once.
Yeah.
To get shot, get hit that many times in the balls and still not think, put a cup on.
He learned the Shane McMahon way.
Yeah.
Because he's hard, isn't he?
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu. Shane McMahon invented jiu-jitsu, did you know? He just didn't tell anybody about it. And he wanted to buy UFC and ECW and all those cool things.
He donated it to the Brazilians.
Yeah, he did, yeah. Because he's solid, isn't he?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy this match?
No.
No. Why? Why, Daryl? Why?
I just thought it was a bit boring, mate.
All of the matches feel like they're leading up to something and then get cancelled abruptly.
Yeah.
They feel like 30-minute matches that go 15. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it don't excite me.
They need to have like a lucky 13 ball shot match.
I was annoyed because I had money on Nakamura to win the title because I thought they'll surely not have him lose it again. And they didn't. They just had him double.
Yeah, I'm not against Nakamura losing the match. I mean, they drew, didn't they? But I'm not against him not being champion. I just don't find them wrestling each other entertaining. Think about that as a sentence.
I know it's bizarre to think that, isn't it? And that's 1 month on from their fantastic WrestleMania match that didn't turn out fantastic.
Because used to wrestling bingo halls in Japan, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Japanese bingo. Big in it.
Yeah.
Actually, probably, it wouldn't be bingo halls. What would it be? Mahjong halls.
What's that?
Well, it's a Chinese card game, but it's really big in Japan.
Oh, okay.
And then baseball stadiums that get converted.
Yeah, probably. That's probably a reference.
Tokyo Dome's a baseball stadium.
Oh, yeah, I did know that, actually. Yeah, baseball's big in Japan. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Braun Strowman and Lashes against KO and Sami Zayn.
This is where the show took a dive, isn't it?
No, it took a dive long before this, but
It
okay.
took a dive for me, but this is where the crowd died as well.
This is where crowd gave up.
I think it's because Bobby Lashley's not over.
No, he's really not, is he?
And he can't do his own finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how long has the team of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn been coming out to Sami Zayn's theme? Has that been?
They alternate.
Because I like it when I don't like Kevin Owens' theme. I've decided.
Oh, really?
I think it's because when you compare it to Sami Zayn's is much better.
It's much more obnoxious as well, isn't it?
Yeah, because the way Sami Zayn comes out to that song, like, I don't know how he does it, but he walks on his knees.
Yeah.
And I don't know why he does it or how, but I just like it.
What I like about it is that it was great face music, and now he's obnoxious. It's great heel music.
Yeah.
That's the sign of a really good theme tune. Is if it can make you get really involved, but then when you hear it and they're a bad guy, you're like, oh god, I hate him.
Yeah. So once Lashley came out, I was like, oh, it's Lashley.
Blandly, isn't it?
Yeah. Can't do his finish, can he?
No, he can't.
Why don't they just change it?
Yeah, they should change it.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to turn it into a brainbuster, didn't I? Or into
That's just him messing it up.
Jackhammer's just doing it wrong every time.
Yeah.
And also, don't have him do it on Kevin Owens. Like, that's not helping him out, is it?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, shall I lift the really light one or Blobby McGee over there?
I mean, he nearly killed Big Cass the other week with it.
Yeah, well, exactly. They're having him do it to the wrong people. If that's going to be his finish, either have it done to specific people or don't make it his finish. What's the point?
To me, this match was the exact same as the Elias segment. This was just a way to get people on the show.
It was a bit. And also, they've got dissension in the ranks between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and no one wants that. They just produced a little graphic for the Kevin and Sami show.
Yeah.
Someone's made that. Use it again.
Yeah, and I think them together are far more entertaining than them apart.
Exactly. And if they do split up, they're going to have to go into another feud, aren't they? And I don't want to see that now.
No.
It were good when they did it, but don't do it now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They are much better together. Much better together. I thought it was maybe going to be a... when they were doing it during this match, I thought it was going to be a ruse. And then they were going to, like... So Lashley and Strowman were going to lose focus because they thought they were fighting, and then they were going to get the pin on Lashley, but it wasn't. It was just having a bit of a fight.
Yeah, a bit of a lover's tiff, weren't it?
Yeah, what's the point?
Yeah. Match was pointless and boring.
Don't drag blinking Strowman down with lashes. He brought that trophy out though, didn't he?
Yeah, he didn't have his belt though.
No, I don't think they like the belt anymore. I think they did it and then thought, oh, shouldn't do it. Because they had it on the graphic originally. Did you see that?
No.
Originally, this graphic had his greatest Royal Rumble belt on it, and then they took it away.
See, speaking on the Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn thing, if they were to have matches and stuff, I was thinking about this the other day with the Tanahashi Okada match. So they'd had 10 matches previous to this in 5 years, which sounds like a lot, but it's 2 matches a year, and they haven't faced each other for 2 years. So compare that to a lot of big WWE feuds when they're against each other every other week in singles matches and stuff. And it's no wonder we get burnt out and we're not excited by the prospect of a tag team breaking up because they've already had 15 matches against each other.
They had a match on Raw 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. It ended in a double count out. Okay, fine. But they had a match then.
Yeah, I don't need them to have a match.
No, don't. Just keep them together. They're fine.
There's enough talent on the roster to keep people from facing each other every other month. You'd think so anyway.
Just have them together. It's fine. It's fine. All right? It's fine.
Is it fine?
Yes. You know what's not fine?
Bullet Club.
What?
Is Bullet Club fine?
Is that a thing?
That was a thing I didn't mention on the Japan bit earlier. Did you see the kimonos that
on being
they
the elite?
all got?
Yeah.
So the Bullet Club, because it was their 5th anniversary,
They were all being elite.
they all got kimonos, apart from Cody Rhodes, who spent all of the Bullet Club versus Bullet Club tag match going down to Kevin Kelly's microphone and getting annoyed. He's like, where's my kimono? I want a kimono. Give me a kimono. And then eventually photoshopped him into the picture. He photoshopped his head onto Kenny Omega's body. So we got a kimono in a picture at least. But he continued on about it. The Bullet Club is kind of fine now, but all the rest of them have agreed to let Cody and Kenny fight it out. And there's no more dissension within the rest of them.
Right,
so Bullet Club is fine.
So it's splitting up within weeks, yeah?
No, Bullet Club's fine.
It's going to split up within weeks. Definitely
It
no
makes too
question.
much money. It's not split up.
Yeah, okay. But then it'll be Bullet Club Red and Bullet Club White.
That's what it kind of was for the past few months.
That's what I'm saying. It's good.
Yeah.
They're going to keep doing that.
Whereas now they've all
I like that
agreed
they're
with stepping
stifling the
away.
creativity because it makes too much money, but then they would have a right go at WWE for doing the same thing. Good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, Kenny, you're all about art, aren't you, mate? Yeah. I'm all about the art of what works. But I still want my Bullet Club money. Give me my Bullet Club money.
Young Bucks actually talked about this in an interview and said they were unhappy with the Bullet Club versus Bullet Club stuff in New Japan because that wasn't the intention of the storyline when they pitched it, but that's how Gado's taken it and run with it. And they kind of have to do what Gado says because he actually owns the Bullet Club trademarks and stuff. Well, with New Japan.
Excellent.
They didn't want it to be like GOD versus Young Bucks and stuff like that. They just wanted Bullet Club to kind of be by themselves and then Kenny and Cody feuding over leadership.
Why? That don't make sense.
Because it didn't really make sense for like Bullet Club to kind of split in two with it when.
So it didn't make sense for people within the faction to take sides in the faction as to who they'd prefer to be the leader.
But even then, like they weren't really taking sides; they were just being put in matches against each other.
Right, but surely the matches were to determine.
The only people who were kind of taking sides were Hangman Page, Marty Scurll, and Chase Owens.
Right.
They're the only ones who actually came out and said they're taking sides. The Bullet Club OGs.
Definitely want to know what Chase Owens' opinion is. Chase, he's yours. No, he's yours. No, he's yours.
Chase Owens is actually getting really good.
No, he's not.
Let's move on.
Let's move on.
Roman Reigns versus Samoa O.
Samoa. Oh.
Samoa Joe's over, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not now though.
No.
He was.
Yeah, he was at the start of the match.
Until what time?
It was about 7 or 8 minutes.
4:30 this morning.
Yeah. Oh dear.
They were all chanting Joe when he were coming down to the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. He lobbed Roman Reigns onto Spanish table, I think it was.
Yeah. German, actually, mate.
German.
Yeah. Bagging him about a bit.
Then he lobbed him through that, and then he lobbed him on top of all other tables as well.
Yeah. Well, it's to provide the logic for the beatdowns when he beats him, isn't it?
Yeah.
And like he kept putting that kicking and clutch on in all sorts of cool ways, didn't he?
Yeah.
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 And Roman Reigns tapped to it once.
Yeah. And he got his foot on the ropes for the spear, didn't he? So then he won by... Oh, no.
Oh, you're forgetting as well that Roman Reigns did pass out to the Kikina clutch as well, but was given enough time to wake back up.
Yeah, that was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because they've actually done the exact finish where he passed out to it once before, and they called the match over.
The better one was the one before when he was tapping on his arm. It's like, that looks like you're tapping out, mate. Stop doing that. I'll do it again for another
Why
minute.
was Roman Reigns spending the entire match going, ah? I've never noticed him do it before, right? But you know why I knew he was doing it? Because my little boy was asleep, little Mo Farouk, right? He was asleep. And I kept turning to the monitor thinking, he's making... And I actually did a bit of a double take. I was like, it's not him, it's Roman Reigns.
He's been taking the Shane McMahon selling class.
Well, yeah, my wife was like, what's he doing? Why is he making that noise? I was like, it's not him, it's Roman Reigns. And she was like, okay, same question to him then. I was like, I don't know. I have no idea.
It's kind of like the noise Shane McMahon made when he got his whatever broke. Ugh.
Didn't he actually get something broken though?
Yeah.
Well then. Roman Reigns is just, I don't like being choked.
So, yeah,
Or do I?
Yeah.
Oh.
He might like it.
He doesn't.
if the crowd weren't already dead, they felt like they were going to wake back up, but then were put back down again.
Oh, they woke back up. They woke back up when Roman won though, didn't they? Because they woke back up because they stood straight up.
Yeah.
Which was fantastic.
The amount of people that just
turned
stood up and left.
Turned to the crowd and it was families as well.
Yeah.
Turned to the crowd of people just getting up and leaving. Like, oh well, there you go. Not even taking the time to celebrate. Probably because it went half an hour over what they expected, and they needed to get places.
Why is Samoa Joe not the top babyface? Is my question.
Because he's
All right.
He's not the big dog, is he?
Okay.
Better question for you. Why is Roman Reigns not booked like Samoa Joe?
probably because people wouldn't buy it.
I mean, why isn't he booked like Braun Strowman either?
Why?
Well, because he's the monster among men, isn't he? Like,
Samoa Joe, right? Sorry, not Samoa Joe. Roman Reigns has gone from, like, obviously ages ago being interesting to then being bland and boring and annoying. He's not even annoying now. He's just dull. I just don't care. There's nothing. Like, even when he was rubbish, it was interesting in the sense that, like, you could see what sort of new way they were going to mess it up today. And, like, I think the Brock Lesnar feud has been the culmination of that. The culmination of the trash fest, the, like, car crash feud. Because now I just don't care. I do not care.
so, do you think they're going to put the belt on him?
Yeah, probably, because I don't care. Apparently, Brock Lesnar's not booked for SummerSlam. Just saying.
Yet.
Yeah, I suppose. But, yeah, I suppose they're trickle feeding these things out, aren't they?
Yeah.
Because they're like, he's not booked for any shows after, oh, surprise, Greatest Royal Rumble.
Can you imagine if they forgot how many dates he had and they wasted one of the dates on Greatest Royal Rumble and he gets around to WrestleMania
Well,
season?
that's what they did like last year, or year before.
I don't know.
They did something like that.
Yeah, they
at one point,
realised
yeah.
like they'd used up all his dates pretty much by having him do like those random house shows. So they had to pay him like a ton extra more money to do Royal Rumble and WrestleMania.
I love Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
I hate him at the same time, but I love him.
I don't like him as much now. But
Yeah,
again,
but I like his mercenary attitude where he's like, if you pay me enough, I'll come back and slice somebody's head open.
but that's the stink of Roman Reigns on him now, isn't it? I mean, that's the stink of Roman Reigns that now I'm looking at Brock Lesnar going, yeah, whatever. I can't be doing with him anymore. I can't be doing with Roman Reigns anymore. I'm so bored of him now. I'm just bored of him.
Yeah.
Like, I was intrigued to see different ways that they could. I think even if they turned him heel now, I don't think I'd care that much.
Well, no, why would you care? Like, what's he going to do different?
Yeah.
I think that's the problem with him. It's just people have even stopped caring enough to boo him like they used to. Because it's just same old thing over and over.
Yes,
depressing way to
Same
end
as it ever was.
Yes.
Speaking of same old thing over and over, let's talk about this very quickly because the next pay-per-view, do you know what the next pay-per-view is?
Money in Bank.
Money in the Bank. Money. Mella is money or something. Right, well, because there's a rumour that they're going to hold 3 Money in the Bank matches this year.
Graeme.
Yeah? What?
Oh.
There's a rumour that we're going to hold 3. Sorry, everybody. It's just Dan being that.
So
I'm trying to read. Because you've got a computer.
So there'd be 3. So I'm guessing there'd be both like WWE and Universal titles.
And then the
and
women's.
then only one women's.
That's what seems to be being suggested at the moment.
I mean, 4 does seem overkill, like to have 2 for men and 2 for women, but like it just seems a bit weird that they do 2 for the men's branded belts and then 1.
Well, they'll have a red one, a blue one, and then a pink one for the girls.
With a
because they
butterfly
get
on it.
Exactly, a pretty pink one for them to hold.
They should just do 1 men and 1 women, and it's for whichever one they want to go for.
Yeah,
So it creates the intrigue as well of are they going to jump brands?
I think that makes it more exciting, like you said, but I think that it doesn't leave them options. If somebody gets injured or something like that and they need to do a quick title change, they can always say, oh, well, just give it to Money in Bank holder. But if you've got 1 and they've got a plan for that 1 and then plans change, it's a lot of moving parts.
I mean, it's WWE, like they changed the plan. Apart from Roman Reigns, who's had a 1 year build planned for the last 4 years, everyone else just they kind of get thrown into stuff anyway.
I actually wouldn't mind them having someone with a Money in the Bank for a little while now, because like the last time they had that was Seth Rollins. He had it for a long time, and then he cashed it in at WrestleMania, and that was quite good. But realistically, since then, no one's really had it for a long time. Like Baron Corbin had it for what felt like about a couple of weeks, and even then he lost. But who cares? 'Cause it's Baron Corbin.
Can you imagine if he won?
Well, yeah, I can, because it'll happen at some point, won't it? He'll win one of these titles, probably.
Do you think?
No, actually,
No.
as I said, it didn't make
He's
sense.
on Raw now, isn't he?
Yeah, he is,
he's not getting anywhere near that belt. On
No,
Raw.
that's true. Yeah. As I said, it didn't make sense. But they had Dean Ambrose before that, which was the night where all 3 Shield members held the title. So it's been a little while since they had an extended Money in the Bank holder for the men. I think I'll be all right with it now. For a while, I was a bit like, oh, God, why are they doing this blinking Money in the Bank every year? I'm sick of seeing people with a Money in the Bank briefcase trotting around.
That's one of my favourite things.
It's a great gimmick, but it annoyed me for a long time when people... Like when Sheamus was trotting around with it for ages. You know, that were annoying. Was he more recent than Seth Rollins? He probably wasn't he?
He was the one after Seth Rollins.
There you go then. Well, there you go then. Well, Sheamus was the last one. I guess I just want someone decent to hold it. But who'd you give it to?
Miz.
Yeah, I did like The Miz. Yeah, he's good for it, but would you do the same story again?
Well, if him and Daniel Bryan are both in it, and then he costs Daniel Bryan it at the last minute, and then you've got him with Money in the Bank and Daniel Bryan's going after him, but then Daniel Bryan can finally beat him, and then he wins the title anyway, so he's still got one over, kind of.
Oh, what I can see him doing is having Daniel Bryan win and him naming the date. You know, a bit like RVD did.
Oh, yeah.
I like it when they do that.
So, like, if like he won it, and then he's carrying it about for a bit, and then Miz gets the belt, he might say, right, Miz, I'm having my match against you. Yeah. And that's how he gets his match.
Yeah. Need to keep an eye out if there's any pay-per-views in Seattle anytime soon.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on that. Right. That's it, really, then. I don't think there's much else to say about Backlash.
Nope.
Roll on to Money in the Bank next.
Yeah, so this show's going out pretty much as soon as we've finished recording, yeah?
Yeah, pretty much.
So there won't be a show this coming Sunday.
No, but if you want to replay this one, you can.
Yeah.
So, just go to the start. It's fine. So, yeah, the next time we'll have a show will be the following Sunday.
Which will be Backlash 2008?
Backlash 2008, obviously. Backlash. No, it's Backlash
And
back then.
keep an eye on the social media, because we might be doing a Twitch live show depending on schedules.
Yep. All depends what we can do. But we'd like to offer you as much content as we possibly can. But that's right, isn't it? So that's the end of the Royal Grumble for this week. Don't forget to go to go to twitch.tv/Royal Grumble. Don't forget that. That's where you'll find the Twitch show. Don't forget to go to facebook.com/Royal Grumble. Send us a tweet at Royal Grumble Pod on Twitter. Anything else you want to mention?
We haven't mentioned our sponsors. We Are Niche.
Of course, yes. I apologise. weareniche.com. Yes, don't forget to go to there for all your best niche-related, geek-related enterprises and other forms of media. It's just a good website, all right? I can't put it into words. You know what I mean? It's a great bunch of lads.
Yeah,
talking about great things, and it's great. And that's it for the Royal Rumble. Royal Grumble this. I've forgotten the name of the show. Say goodbye, Daryl.
Goodbye, Daryl.
Say goodbye, Dan.
Bye.
Goodbye from the Oil Umble.